What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas is, as of right now, he's an ex-NFL player. He's a free agent. He hasn't played, I believe, in a couple of seasons. His last stint in the NFL was with the Baltimore Ravens. That didn't work out. After his longer stint with the Seattle Seahawks, he's in the news again. Not just him, but his ex-wife. His ex-wife, Nina Thomas, she was arrested less than a week ago on charges for reportedly stealing close to $3 million from him. Cars as well. And I'm going to get into all of that. Because I knew one day this would happen where she would end up getting arrested for this. Now, they let her go, but there's a bigger story here because it wasn't just her that was taking money from. Oh, no, she had a partner. She had a partner in crime. His name is Kevin J. Thompson out of the New Orleans area. Right now, I'm not quite sure how they met, but they started dating after she divorced Earl Thomas. And what happened is this guy is a known scammer, and I have it on from sources, from very good sources about this guy's character, his behavior. And Kevin is a known scammer, a known thief, and somebody who was able to link up with Nina. And they decided that, her divorcing him and taking him to divorce court, that's not enough, right? She ended up taking money and getting Kevin to help her steal cars from Earl because Earl, whatever reason, Earl is going through something. And she took advantage of that, her and Kevin, and they came up with the scheme to steal cars from him. And every time a car be stolen, he get another one, that car gets stolen. And that's the scheme that her and Kevin were running up until Kevin got busted, right, at a bank with one of Earl's cars. Now, that was months ago. I did a video about that. I'll link it in the description box. I didn't have all the information because there were things I learned after that video that I'm going to implement it here. So there's a lot of information I'm going to be putting into this video. So y'all stay connected here. Now Earl is a guy who unfortunately doesn't have a lot of good people around him. I think his mother is now taken over for him financially, and it could be, mental health. It could be, years of playing football may have affected him. But he is not in a good situation. He is with a woman who has literally been stealing from him since they broke up. And her and her accomplice, her boyfriend, Kevin, they have been together working with each other to steal from him. All right. This guy, he's jobless. He doesn't have anything going on career wise. The guy he just takes from people. He's known for that. And I believe he's using Nina. Nina might think that she's the one in control, but I think Kevin might be the one in control because she's putting herself out there to get arrested like she did recently by helping him steal from her own ex-husband, the father of her children, but she doesn't care about that. I mean, this is the same woman that got arrested for pistol whipping Earl for cheating, according to her, right? So we know that she's not above doing these things. Right. And it's unfortunate because she is getting dragged through the mud dealing with this guy here. Now, she made the choice as an adult to deal with this guy, but you're embarrassing your children. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing your children, but that doesn't matter because it's all about the lifestyle. The lifestyle. Now, we're going to get into this. And we're going to talk about this particular story here because I think it's very important for people to understand that, Earl is not in a good place. He doesn't have the right people around him. And did y'all know that after I did my video sometime recently, she went back to live with Earl. Earl allowed her to come back to him, even after he realized that she was stealing from him. Even after the pistol whipping, he still, I guess, tried to take her back. And let me tell you, the only reason why she did that was because she wanted Earl to get the charges dropped. But because of the way this case is and the amount of money that was stolen, cars, he can't drop anything. All right. And she's in a lot of trouble. She was arrested. She got out, and her accomplice boyfriend, Kevin, is now in jail without a bond. And I believe she is going to tell on him, because if she doesn't, she's going to jail too. Because this guy is a repeat offender. He got in trouble the last time for taking the car. And what does he do? He goes and tries it again. I'm telling you, this guy is not as bright as he think he is. Because let me tell you something right now. You play with the feds. You think that you think they're playing with you, bro. They're going to build a case. They're going to take it to court. And they're going to beat you. And they're going to put you in prison for a very long time. And that's what a lot of these scammers are finding out, because this has not been a good year for scammers. This has not been a good year for scammers. So let's get into the story. According to NY Post, Earl Thomas hasn't suited up in the NFL since 2019, but the hits keep coming. The former Legion of Boom Seattle Seahawks defensive back was allegedly defrauded of nearly $3 million worth of money and property by his estranged wife. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Nina Thomas began taking money from the 7-time Pro Bowler soon after she filed for divorce from him in 2020. With the assistance of a co-conspirator, she transferred assets out of his bank account and into her own. Some of the funds, which totaled about $2.7 million, she spent on breast implants and a Hermes Birkin handbag. She also got I believe she also got a tummy tuck. Her and Kevin both went and got work done to their bodies. They did that with Earl's money. Court records show that Nina was taken into custody earlier this week and charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, and aggravated identity theft. Saturday's report is yet another chapter in a long, unwieldy story of a love gone sour. No, I think it's about greed. The greed of two people. Okay, the greed of a ex-wife who wanted to hurt Earl. Maybe she never got over him getting caught at the Airbnb. She wanted to hurt Earl. I don't think, because she could have divorced Earl and took him to court, but that wasn't enough. She wanted to hurt him. She wanted to take from him, and she could find herself in federal prison because of this. I don't know how these dummies thought they were going to get away with this. I don't know how they thought they would get away with this. In November of 2020, Nina filed for divorce months after authorities said that she had held Earl at gunpoint after finding the former NFLer in bed with two women and his brother Seth. A judge later granted Nina a restraining order after Earl had allegedly attacked her while drunk one day after Christmas in 2021. In 2023, Nina's new boyfriend was arrested for allegedly stealing Earl's identity in a $1.9 million scam. The perpetrator, identified by New Orleans police as Kevin J. Thompson, was accused of cashing Thomas NFL checks, stealing from his bank account, and transferring car ownership for several vehicles. I'm telling you right now, man, that guy is definitely doing prison time. All we need to know is, when is she going to testify against him? Kevin is cooked, okay? And the fact that they were stealing this money together, they both should be in jail. They both should be in jail. But the fact that they let her out so quickly lets me know that she probably has already agreed to testify. So Kevin better watch what he says to her, because she's probably going to go back and tell the feds, because she's not trying to go to prison. A 3-time NFL All-Pro, three-time All-Pro honoree and member of the Hall of Fame All 2010s team. Thomas' career is came to an unceremonious end when the Ravens terminated his contract for the 2020 season of personal conduct that affected the team. And he hasn't been in the league ever since. And it's a shame because he still talks about how he feels like, he could still come back and play. And it is sad. But, it's clear he has a lot going on. And I'm hopeful that he can get himself together because this woman was just taken from him. And the fact that he didn't notice it, the cars that were being stolen, he never questioned it. He just went and got more cars and those ended up getting stolen. His wife, Nina, and again, she was a part of this. She was a co-conspirator. Kevin wouldn't have been able to get access to Earl's information if it wasn't for her. So if he's getting prison time, she should get prison time as well. Okay? This ain't state prison where they take it easy on women. The feds will give women just as much time as men. Okay, unless you're giving up a whole lot of information. But in this situation, she was a leader in this. She wasn't forced to do it. She did it because she wanted to hurt Earl. And now Kevin, who thought he was slick, his ass is going to prison. Ain't no way out of this. No matter how slick this guy thinks he is, he's going to jail. It's just a matter of how much time he's going to do. Because if he doesn't think that she won't turn on, she's going to turn on. She is not trying to go to jail over this guy. And I just would hope that, and again, I don't know Earl's situation with his family, but they really should seek out justice for this man. If he's not willing to go and fight for all that was stolen from him, they should be able to do it for him. If they are, then I'm mistaken. But looking at these reports and looking at what was stolen from this man, and the fact that this thing went on for about a year? For about a year. This stuff been going on. It seems like. Or probably longer than that. This woman couldn't just leave the marriage and seek her fortunes in court. She linked with this scammer, and I guess maybe he convinced her that they could do that, and she went along with it, but she is just as responsible as he is. It don't matter. And as I said, maybe Earl feels like he messed up in the marriage, and maybe he feels guilty, and that's why he allowed her to come back and live with him and be with him. But it's clear this woman doesn't care about Earl. She hates Earl. That's why she is doing the things that she is doing, because she hates him. You have to hate somebody to do what she is doing to this man, knowing that this man mentally, there's something going on there. I don't know. I'm not here to diagnose, but the fact that all this is going on and he's not noticing nothing, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. And I feel like this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Nina. She was able to get Earl's information, give it to her boyfriend, and then they were able to wreak havoc financially on a man that she had claimed to love for all these years, the father of her child. And she does this. What does that tell you about how she feels about her, how she's always felt about him, right? Because there are women who will have children by a man and they will dislike that man. They'll talk bad about him, but then they will defend him. They'll never talk back down to him, to the children. They always keep the anger contained, right? But they always show semblance of loyalty. That's why, it's difficult for men to date single mothers, because those women still have those bonds with their child's father. It's clear Nina has no bond with Earl. She wants to destroy him. She enjoyed stealing from him and giving it to another man who did not deserve it. And I just feel like she deserves equal responsibility in this matter, because Kevin wouldn't have been able to get Earl's information if it wasn't for her. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, X, Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.